Are you moving to Florida and you're trying to decide, do you want to live in Gainesville or Miami? Well, I gotta tell you, there's nothing similar about these two cities. They couldn't be further apart. Miami is all about high energy, luxury, entertainment, and it's everything you see on TV. Girls in bikinis, beautiful cars, all the night lifestyle. And Gainesville, very laid back, easygoing, lots of nature with a nice community feel. But which one of the two is going to be best for you? Well, I'm gonna cover everything from cost of living to entertainment, so you can decide based on your budget and your lifestyle which one is going to be the place that you want to live. First up, we've got housing costs between Gainesville and Miami. In Miami, the median home price is around $600,000. And if you're looking to live in an area like Brickell, Miami Beach, or Coral Gables, break out your checkbook because it's going to be well over $1 million. Even a small 1-bedroom, 1-bath is going to set you back an easy $400,000. For example, this 818 square foot 1-bedroom condo in Miami Beach is listed for $450,000. And guess what? That doesn't include the monthly HOA fees that you're gonna pay for a high-rise building. Meanwhile, the median home price in Gainesville is around $350,000. And you can actually get a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house in a wonderful neighborhood for actually lower than that number. Here's an example. This 3-bedroom, 2-bath home with 1,519 square feet in Gainesville is far less than that tiny little Miami condo. That is a huge difference. Now, if you're looking to rent in Miami and Gainesville, yes, Miami is still going to be more expensive for rent. A 1-1 apartment can set you back between $2,500 to $3,000 a month, and that is before utilities and parking. In Gainesville, on the other hand, it's much more affordable. You can even get a 2-bedroom, 2-bath for around $1,500 a month. And if you don't mind living a little further from the university, you can get it for a much less. So if you're renting in Gainesville, your dollars are going to be stretched a lot further and you're going to get more space. But if you're really wanting that high energy and luxury that you're only going to get from Miami, then you're going to be spending about $2,800 a month. So housing isn't the only area that we're going to see a cost difference. We're going to find it in your everyday expenses as well. For example, in Miami, a gallon of milk can run you about $5.50, and eggs, they're around $4.50. And the avocados, let's not talk about it. But honestly, avocados are expensive everywhere. In Miami, if you'd like to go out and eat, 2 people can easily set you back $100 before you even add in the drinks. Even casual dining, like a nice lunch, is still pricey, and those are going to be $20 a head easy. In Gainesville, you're going to find that same gallon of milk around $4, and those same eggs are going to be around $3. And those same avocados, well, they're still pricey, but they're going to be around $1.50 versus $3. Now, gas prices in Miami run about 30 to 50 cents higher per gallon. And when driving in Miami, expect to pay for parking everywhere. Your apartment complex, restaurants, even the grocery store. In Miami, public transportation is available, but it's not as extensive as other cities. Many people still rely on cars. And when you have a car, guess what? You have auto insurance. And it's pretty pricey in Miami compared to many other states. In Gainesville, parking is free almost everywhere, except downtown. And the traffic is not nearly as bad. Yes, we have traffic because what place doesn't have traffic? But traffic in Gainesville is like 15 to 20 minutes to get literally across town versus anything that could be like an hour to 2 hours in Miami. So if you're looking at affordability for your cost of living, Gainesville is going to stretch your dollar a lot farther. But if you're looking for nightlife, excitement, entertainment, Miami is going to be the place to go. Next up, we're going to cover job market and the opportunities. These two cities could not be more different. Miami is a major economic powerhouse with a diverse job market, while Gainesville is known for education, healthcare, and research. Miami's economy is fast-growing and very diverse. It is a hub for industries like finance, international business, tourism, healthcare, media, and technology. Some of the biggest companies have offices here and attract top talent from around the world. Big companies like Royal Caribbean, Bacardi, Univision, and Norwegian Cruise Line have headquarters in Miami. If you're in business, finance, or entertainment, there is no shortage of opportunities. And Miami's tech scene is growing fast. Major startups and venture capital firms are moving here, with the city branding itself the Wall Street of the South. Miami tends to have higher salaries than Gainesville. Gainesville. A mid-level marketing manager, for example, can make between $80,000 and $100,000, where in Gainesville, that's going to be more like $50,000 to $70,000. Gainesville, on the other hand, is built around the University of Florida, which is one of its largest employers. The job market here is centered around education, healthcare, and research, making it ideal for professors, medical professionals, and researchers. If you're an educator, Gainesville has some of the best opportunities in Florida. UF employs over 50,000 people, including faculty, researchers, and support staff. Healthcare is another huge employer. UF Health and North Florida Regional Medical Center are the largest hospitals. They offer jobs in nursing, administration, and medical research. And while Gainesville isn't known for its corporate presence, it does have a growing startup scene, especially in biotech and environmental research. Miami does have more job openings, but it also has more competition. It is a highly competitive market, and securing a top job often means networking and knowing the right people. Gainesville, on the other hand, has a slower job market, but many would say it has a better work-life balance. There's less commuting time, not so many late nights at the office, and an overall more relaxed environment. Now, which city wins for you? If you're in finance, international business, media, or tech, Miami might be a better choice. It has a fast-paced job market, higher salaries, and major corporate employers. But if you're into education, healthcare, and research, you might like Gainesville better. If you are seriously thinking about moving, whether it's 2 months or 2 years, I would love to help you find your dream home. And that can be in Miami, Gainesville, or anywhere, actually. Scan the QR code or click on the link below in the description and let's set up a time to chat. Next, education is a huge factor when deciding where you want to live, whether it's raising children or education for yourself. Both Miami and Gainesville have strong educational systems, but they are different. So let's break that down. Gainesville is home to the University of Florida, one of the top-ranked public universities in the country. UF is a powerhouse in healthcare, research, and academics, which consistently has it ranked as one of the top 5 public universities. UF is also a major research institution, bringing in billions for funding in medical and engineering advances. If you're looking for an academic environment to focus on research, then Gainesville is going to win for you. Miami, on the other hand, is home to the University of Miami, a prestigious private university focusing on business, finance, healthcare, and law. It is smaller than UF, but it has a strong reputation, especially in finance, international business, and marine sciences. And if you're into marine biology or environmental sciences, Miami's access to the ocean makes University of Miami a top choice for you. When it comes to public school systems, Miami-Dade County has one of the largest school districts in the county, with over 330,000 students. That's a lot. That means you're going to find a mix of highly rated schools and some that aren't. Some of the best public rated schools in Miami you're going to find in subdivisions like Weston, Coral Gables, and Pinecrest. These areas have top rated schools, but do keep in mind the cost of living there is going to be higher. Another thing to consider is if you do want your child in a top rated school, but you do not live in one of those subdivisions, you're probably going to need to commute your child to that school, which is going to mean traffic. Gainesville, by comparison, has a much smaller school district, about 28,000 students in Alachua County. But smaller doesn't necessarily mean worse. In fact, many of Gainesville's public schools consistently rank in the top around the state. Because Gainesville is a university town, you're going to find a strong focus on education. Now, if you're going to be looking for a private school, well, Miami has dozens of amazing private schools. These schools include Gulliver Prep, Ransom Everglades, and Carrollton School of Sacred Heart. Now, Gainesville does have private schools on a much smaller scale. Oak Hall and St. Francis Catholic Academy are top choices. Next, let's talk about the quality of life. Do you want the fast-paced energy of a big city with endless nightlife, or are you looking for a more quieter, nature-focused lifestyle? Miami is known for its beaches, nightlife, and international culture. Living here means that you're always close to world-class dining, luxury shopping, and entertainment. If you love going out, Miami has everything, from high-end rooftop bars to famous nightclubs in South Beach. There is always something happening. It is one of the best cities for nightlife, and let's not forget about the food. Miami has some of the best Latin and Caribbean cuisine. Cuban coffee, stone crabs, Michelin star restaurants. It is a foodie's paradise. Gainesville, on the other hand, is all about nature and a slower pace of life. If you love being outdoors, it's perfect for hiking, biking, kayaking, being on the trails and enjoying the freshwater springs. The lifestyle here is very relaxed. It's a pretty tight-knit community and many people do know their neighbors, which could be a good or bad thing for you. And while Gainesville is quieter than Miami, there is still a social scene if you like sports. Game days are huge. And don't forget the tailgating. Now, which are you going to prefer? Are you going to prefer the beaches or are you going to prefer the springs? Because Miami has got it going on with the beaches. And you're going to have access to water sports like jet skiing, boating, and deep sea fishing. But if you prefer fresh springs, Gainesville is going to be your town. The springs are 72 degrees year round and they are wonderful for kayaking, snorkeling, or just tubing down the river. The next thing you're going to want to consider is traffic. Every place in the world has traffic. You cannot get away from it. But the traffic between the two, extremely different. If you've heard horror stories about the Miami traffic, it's true. Believe it all. I have been in the Miami traffic doing 90 just to keep up with the traffic and being passed as if I were standing still. It can also be very congested where it is bumper to bumper for not a few minutes, but for several hours. And if you're looking for a place to park, plan to pay. Because parking in Miami, it is not free. Now there is public transportation. Miami has the Metro Rail, the Metro Mover, and buses, plus the Bright Line train, which is great if you're going to go for longer distances. But unless you live near the train station, you're still going to need a car to get there. Now Gainesville, it is not without its traffic. We have a lot of traffic on game days and it is congested, but most days it is around 15 to 20 minutes. If it takes us longer than 20 minutes to get anywhere, we're kind of a little upset about it because we're really spoiled. And in Gainesville, you do not have to pay for parking, unless of course you choose to go downtown. And sorry, downtown Gainesville, I don't want to pay for parking when it's free every place else. But we pretty much have free parking in Gainesville. Which city is winning for you? Is it Miami, despite the traffic, because you want the high-end restaurants, the beaches, the luxury life? Or are you going to go for Gainesville with a slower pace of life, a little bit more relaxed, not as much money, not as much nightlife, but a good sense of community, and you're giving up the traffic? Still not sure? I can help. Whether you're moving to Miami, Gainesville, or anywhere else in the state, scan the QR code or click the link in the description below. We'll set up a call. No obligation, just conversation. I'm Tammy and I will see you in the next video.